Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has 30 grams of high-quality protein to feed your muscles up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I'm Malia Bryant. A special welcome to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Todds to decide on fair hike payment plan. Health Ministry to boost cancer care with the new machines and training. And later in sports, former FIFA referee in support of controversial no-goal decision in JPL semi-final last Sunday.
Thank you for joining us. Now the details. President of Todds Transport Operators Development and Sustainable Services, Egeton Newman, says a meeting is scheduled with his executives for this evening to further discuss the proposed two-part payment of the 16% balance during yesterday's meeting.
We waited too long for 16%. 16% is nothing compared to what is happening at the pumps. And therefore, we believe, and I make it very clear to the minister, that we are not looking for a part payment of the increase. We are looking for full 16%. That matter will be discussed tonight at a very important meeting of my executive, and we will announce thereafter.
Despite this, he says he remains hopeful following yesterday's meeting with Finance Minister Favour Williams and other stakeholders.
We all leave that meeting with a sense that the government is really willing to sit down and carve out the 16% balance of fare increase promised just over 2 years ago to the island's transport operators. So discussing the matter afterward with our members, all persons accept the minister's recommendation, and we await June 1 for an official announcement on the fare increase balance.
Member of Parliament for St. James West Central, Marlene Malahou-Fort, has joined the calls for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force to be equipped with body-worn cameras. Her remarks come following the latest fatal police shooting in Granville, St. James. The incident, which was captured on CCTV, showed the deceased, Latoya Bulgin, being shot by a policeman who was part of a team responding to a protest in the community. That protest was sparked by the killing of a 17-year-old boy in a separate police shooting just 1 week earlier. Mrs. Marlene Malahou-Fort believes body-worn cameras could play a crucial role in improving transparency and accountability during police operations.
They expressed to me that, throwing the things in the road was their way of relieving themselves of their anger. So they didn't want to go and, resort to any violence or gun violence in the space. I explained to them that while I understand we still can't block the road, and I continue to plead with them to ensure that their own actions do not invite any security measures in the space. The piece is very fragile. The wounds are raw and open, and only time will heal.
The Houses of Parliament has responded to the call by Opposition Leader Mark Golding for the tabling of the FLA report by the Integrity Commission in the House. In a statement Monday, it confirmed that 5 reports have been received from the Integrity Commission for tabling. The reports, it says, have not been tabled in either the House of Representatives or the Senate and are being addressed in accordance with the internal processes of Parliament and under the guidance of the presiding officers. In relation to the statutory confidentiality obligations applicable before tabling, The Houses of Parliament says it will not confirm or deny the subject matter of any report, the contents, any findings or recommendations contained, or whether any person or entity is named or referred to therein. The Integrity Commission Act, it adds, does not prescribe a specific timeline or procedure for the tabling of reports submitted to Parliament. The report, it says, will therefore be dealt with in accordance with Parliament's constitutional, legal, and procedural responsibilities. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the government is ramping up efforts to strengthen cancer treatment and screening services across Jamaica. Dr. Tufton, who is currently in Switzerland at a World Health Organization conference, says discussions with the International Atomic Energy Agency is focused on expanding the island's cancer care capacity amid growing cases locally. He adds that Jamaica is looking to acquire 4 additional LINAC machines over the next 3 years to boost cancer treatment services. The machines are to be added at Cornwall Regional and St. Joseph's hospitals, with expanded services planned for central Jamaica. The health minister says 8 new mammogram machines will also be added to boost breast cancer screening across health centers and hospitals. He says Jamaica is also working with the IAEA to train radiation therapists and improve the servicing of cancer treatment equipment. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, is reporting an increase in compliance in the regularization of erected signs across the corporate area. On Sunday, the KSAMC continued its drive to remove illegal signs and billboards targeting plazas in the Halfway Tree area. Now, CEO Robert Hill said the municipality acknowledges the compliance. However, the KSAMC will continue to write to delinquent business operators to urge them to settle outstanding arrears.
I believe that there's a general increase in understanding amongst business owners and persons who are responsible for signage. And we would have seen that in terms of the increase in compliance throughout the January to March period, as well as when we've gone into the enforcement action period. So there is some amount of increase in the compliance rate and the comprehension around that, but we still have to be out here doing the enforcement bit. And once we're doing the enforcement bit, I suppose the numbers would increase because persons are understanding why we have to do this.
Mr. Hill says the KSAMC has collected $10 million so far from outstanding arrears. He says it is being used to make public spaces more accessible to persons with disabilities.
We are working with the UWI Center for Disability Studies, and we have made this commitment in investing in the safety of the vulnerable community and ensuring that ramps and access to sidewalks and driveways are made easier for them to traverse. And this is part of the benefit for public safety that we're doing.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has 30 grams of high-quality protein to feed your muscles up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure.